I just want to say I'm just so excited to have Orit with us today. She's one of my favorite people, a mentor, a friend, and a spiritual guide for me in this world, and so many. She's just a bright light, and I'm really looking forward to hear what she has to say on Achdut and what we're holding in the world. Okay, Orit, there you go.
Thank you. Be'ezrat Hashem, B'Shem Hashem Naseh v'Natzliach Hashem Aleinu B'Rachamav Yarviach. Be'ezrat Hashem, all that we say should stand as a zchut for Achdut, for Yeshuot, for Nechamot, for Geulah, B'Rachamim Gdolim, for all of Am Yisrael. Be'ezrat Hashem. Everybody, as we really are here, we are here for Achdut. We're here for healing. That's the topic that I was asked to speak on. I was asked to speak, and I said, "Well, you know what can I talk about?" For me, the whole idea of unity, our purpose in life is to heal. It's to heal from past wounds, to heal from past pains, and Be'ezrat Hashem, this will, all of us here, live, recorded, wherever it may be. Be'ezrat Hashem, we should all feel that healing energy. I want to say a big yashar koach to Dvora, to Leah, to you, this Shamroth, to all the beautiful people on the team. Those are just the names that I know of, but I'm sure that there are many here. And of course, all the speakers, yashar koach. Listen, it's not easy a couple days before Pesach to come together and take the time. Time is precious, but we're all gaining. We're all gaining from this. Be'ezrat Hashem. So something very interesting came to me this morning. I get these flashes. When we talk about energy. I deal with energy medicine. I practice it. I teach it. And I woke up this morning and I thought to myself, Echad, the word Echad, the first two letters spell the word Ach, brother. I said, wow, look at that, how Hashem has hidden in the idea of oneness, the idea of brotherhood. Not only is it Echad, is Echad, the oneness, Ach, it hints to the idea of brotherhood, but it's Ach, brother, Daled, in your Daled Amot, in the four corners, your immediate surrounding. You should always try to see how you can be in brotherhood, and that's how you really bring in the oneness. And at the end of the day, we are here in order to, Be'ezrat Hashem, be metaken and correct the idea, the falsehood, the lie of Olam de Peruda, the disjointed, this fragmented world. It's all an illusion. We're all one. All these parties that I'm soon to yet go and vote, right? It's all one. It's all different expressions of the oneness. It's all there to teach us the reflection of the separation that we feel is our mitziut, our reality. But at the end of the day, it's all one. It's all Hashem. We know at the heart of Emuna, the daily dose of Emuna, that's what the basis of it all is. It's for me to learn first and then teach, Be'ezrat Hashem, the idea that it's all an illusion. En od milvado. It's all Hashem. Everything is Hashem. So all these different parties, all these different zlamim and channels and mindsets and thought processes, it's all a sheker. It's all an illusion. So what is the basis? What is the basis? Let's be practical. We're in Pesach. I had the zchut, and I'm saying this with all my heart, I had the merit yesterday to clean in a place that I never thought I would find chametz in. I didn't think I was going to find any chametz there. And I found a little triangle-shaped cracker. I was like, wow, thank you, Hashem, for enabling me to see that all of this avoda, all of this work is here, that I could see the results of it. In a way, it's kind of frustrating when you do all the cleaning. You're like, not one piece of chametz. Not one piece of chametz, all that work, at least if I would have found something. And how many times do we go to the job, do the job, and we don't see the immediate results? So Baruch Hashem, here as we're cleaning up our territories, as we're cleaning up our physical edifices, as we're cleaning up our homes, as I was cleaning and my hands were becoming Clorox, filled with Clorox, I'm thinking to myself, Hashem, I should only be alevai. I wish for myself that I should only be so makpid, so, how do you say the word makpid? So precise. I should be so scrupulous and attend so in depth to cleaning out these areas in my heart. And as I'm doing my circular motion with the shmata and the Clorox in hand, I'm saying, Hashem, may it be your will that I should be able to clean up and shine those falsehoods away. I mean, I should be able to shine the Achdut in me, but I should be able to clean away and bring out and shine within me the truth, the glorious truth. So in order for us to be able to even assume to be in unity as a nation, in a family, in our immediate family, with our friends, we need to work on ourselves. And this is something that's been at the forefront of all the teachings, whether it's the Emuna Energy Institute and all the programs, Baruch Hashem, that I teach there, the Daily Dose of Emuna, for over a decade. It's all based on one thing: self-reflection, honesty, coming to tune with the parts within us that have separated. They have separated either in this lifetime, where I've separated for many parts of myself as a child. They've separated from my consciousness throughout 5,781 years worth of consciousness, and I talk a lot about the idea that we're not living our lives today. We think that the people that we're in contact with are it's the first time we've ever met them. We think that the issues that I have is because of the issues that I've had, unresolved traumas, fears, trapped emotions that I can recall in my lifetime. It's much grander than that. We have unwanted feelings, we have unresolved memories, we have pain and discomfort from things that we've done. Divine calculations are being set into place in this lifetime as we really are like there at Geulah, in order to enable us to bring within ourselves the peace, the healing, and the wholesomeness that we need in order to merge finally in the oneness, in the revelation of the oneness, God willing, that's going to set on scene when Geulah comes. But it begins within us. It begins within us. We need to turn within. That's why the Torah of the Baal Shem Tov is called Torah HaNefesh, the Torah of the Nefesh. The soul work that's required right now is Pnimiyut, to go within, leave the externals, leave the garments, and go within. That's why all the talk of Hitbodedut, to be badad, to be alone, to think, to internalize, to grasp an internal awareness. That internal awareness, that cognizance, that's what's healed. That is what heals, because I can't attempt to make peace and live in harmony with my environment if within me what resonates, what vibrates outward is chaos. So what we need to be doing right now is and I'm going to ask all of us right now, again, whether we're watching live or in a playback at any point in time, just ask yourself a question. What walls are surrounding your heart right now? Just ask. Trust me, your body is infinitely wise. It will have an answer. Karov hadavar me'od ma'od elecha. It's very close to you. Your body, your psyche, wants to talk to you. You don't need to go on any psychedelic trips, the mushrooms, the all these things. We're looking for all these psychedelic stimuli. We don't need any of that. You can go on an internal reflective trip, so to speak, in a safe way by just exploring within you, asking yourself questions. But the key is you have to put away ego when you do this. You have to let out a tefillah and intention. Hashem, I just want to know my truth. I want to know my truth. Show me the way. I want my truth. I want to come to a place of unity within self. I want to marry those parts that I abandoned, that I rejected, that I gave away, that I denied, that I dismissed. I have beautiful meditations, and one of the meditations focuses on returning me to me. It's something that I'm going to be focusing on a lot in my upcoming Healing Hearts program that starts the Thursday after Pesach. You can learn more about it on oramunaenergy.com and sign up for it. It's about returning me to me, because I can't be in unity if I'm having an issue with someone else. If I have a political argument with someone else, I have to know that I am chaotic. It is me that is in chaos. That other person, that other party, they're here to show me something about me. And throughout my spans of my lifetimes, from whatever I could recall in consciousness, subconsciousness, unconsciousness, it's there waiting for me to resolve it. And we have these unresolved memories on a cellular level floating around in every area of our bodies right now. So the first step is I want to free my ego. I want to be with Hachna'ah, the 3-step transformative process of the Baal Shem Tov. Hachna'ah, Havdalah, Hamtaka. You have to first be in acceptance, separate, and then it becomes sweet. So the first thing you have to do is lachnia et hayetzer. You have to squish the yetzer, the ego, and you have to be with hachna. You have to say, no, I'm letting go of the ego. I want to know my truth. I want to know what I need to do. Stop pointing those fingers. It's not about my husband, my children, my neighbor, my siblings, my parents. It's not about anybody. It's about me and me. Me and me. That was the first issue that's still not quite resolved yet. We're getting there, God willing. That Adam HaRishon, after he transgressed, he didn't take responsibility. We are here to take responsibility. He said, Aisha azot shenatata li, that wife. We're always looking to blame the other person. We're always looking to pass the wrong buck along. We have to assume responsibility within self and begin the corrective process within self. So we first accept the fact that there's something here I need to correct. The next step is Havdalah. There's a lot to expand. Again, something I teach in my programs in a more expansive way. Then I begin to separate, do the avoda through the separation, the Havdalah process. Hamavdil ben kodesh lechol. I separate the chol, what's sand, what's mundane, what's non-essential from the kodesh, what needs to be elevated, what needs to be excelled, what needs to grow, what needs to cultivate. I need to work to ascend to. And then number 3, so we naturally fall into that process of sweetening. We naturally find the sweetness. What is the sweetness? Not necessarily that it's all going to turn out to be exactly the way I wanted it to be. The sweetness means I see there's something here that I could redeem within self. There's a part of me that I didn't even know was lost. And because of this process, it feels sweeter to me. I feel like there's a part of me that needed my embrace. That inner child, we talk about inner child work. There's that part of me that needed to be helped, to embrace, to be loved, and I'm at peace with it. And that's sweet for me. That's sweet for all of us. So in general, that's the process. Now, if we take the word machala, the word in Hebrew for illness, we're going to be able to dissect it to many amazing insights. I'll go through some of them now. One of the things, one of the main core of machala is chol, hamavdil. When we say ben kodesh lechol, chol machala, the word chol, mundaneness, everydayness, non-essential, so to speak, ness, right? That's embedded, that's rooted in the word machala, illness. But another word that comes to mind with machala is the idea of halal. Halal means an empty void. So machala, all illness, really depicts a state of something within that's empty. In a place where godly light, divine energy, is not found, automatically there becomes like this void. And then what seeps in, there's no empty voids in the universe. Everything is filled with something. So what fills in, there's an automatic system that Hashem, so to speak, put into place. And what comes into that place of the void, so to speak, unfortunately are negative energies, which is really the origin of all illness. It started with a place that I felt I was lacking. I felt I was empty. I felt that I was missing something. I was living on empty, so to speak. The key to healing is to be in a place of feeling full, feeling like no matter what, even yes, I wish I had this and I would have wanted to have that, and it would be great if this one would act like this to me and we would have this kind of relationship and so on and so forth. But even within that I'm lacking, I have to fill it in with En Od Milvado. It's you, Hashem. You are directing me, Hashem, in this journey of mine to fill in this gap. So if we want to save ourselves from physical chas v'shalom, nobody should know, of physical illness, we need to recognize ask the question, where am I lacking? What's lacking in my life? Now, I'm sure we all have a tremendous list, right? From A to Z and then some. But pinpoint the commonalities, connect the dots, and say, wait a minute, this lacking and this lacking, it's really kind of like the same thing. It's just like branching off, but the root of it is at the same thing. I just want love. I just want attention. I just want validation, right? I just want to feel valued. I want to know that I belong, that I have purpose, that I matter. At the core of a lot of the lackings, we're going to notice that what we really want is we really want to know that we matter. At the core of almost every issue that I work with on a private basis with my clients and with my students around the world, there's that baseline of knowing that I know I'm going to be able to leave an imprint in the universe, that I'm leaving it now, and that I will be able to feel like my life mattered, and will matter in all three tenses. And that's at the core. And that can only be really filled with connecting to a deeper place. No one can give me that which I need. So we have to fill up that gap with knowing that Hashem brought us into the universe for a purpose. We're all here. Hashem is very infinitely wise. He didn't just put you and me in the universe just to take up space. We're here for a reason. We have to thirst for it, beg and plead Hashem to show us the way towards it. Be'ezrat Hashem. In the word machalas, which the combination of the letters, the order of the letters, you'll spell the word, this is going to shock us all, chemla, compassion. Do you know that illness is the ultimate expression of godly compassion? I'm sure that none of us really ever thought about it in that way. There's even the word cham, warmth. right? There's this warmth, there's this embrace, there's this compassion that Hashem is giving to us. There's the letter Hey. Hashem is sort of in there, right? And he's giving it Chom LeHashem. He's giving it, he's giving it. We're giving off warmth also to Hashem when we're unfortunately sometimes in an illness, an ill state. God willing, nobody should know of it. And what is Hashem? Where's the compassion? What is this all about? The compassion is that Hashem wants us. He wants to drive us to do something. Again, Hashem knows, Hashem koreh et levav ha'adam. Hashem reads the inners. That's why when I go inside, I could be more in the same reading space as Hashem. Hashem doesn't read the outside. Hashem reads the inside. Olam he'alem. Everything that's hidden. Every time I get to an aha moment, I reveal something that's hidden, I'm more in that state of being with Hashem. So Hashem wants us to correct those unresolved memories, those places within self that are hurt. He doesn't want us to live hurt. He doesn't want us to live out our lives feeling cheated, lacking, missing out on, ill inside, with an empty void, with a pit, a bottomless pit. He doesn't want that. So he drives us to get it to be fixed when we feel out of balance through, God forbid, an illness. What are we supposed to do with that? Hachel, the word to begin. Mahala hints to us that there's something we need to begin to do. Something we need to change. Beginning means I have to change, I have to embark on, I have to bring about something renewed. Very, very important. That's a big part of the healing process. And where does it all begin? Moach. The word moach, brain, is also in the word machala. Moach, we have to use our brain. We have to think. We have to go inside, not from the heart. We have to go here. Above is even better, to the keter. But let's just stay grounded right now. We have to begin to start thinking in our minds, what is the message here? We have to use our intellectual brains, play an active role, and see what needs to be returned, what needs to be filled in, what are those places in my lives that I need to retrieve, because at the end of the day, I and you and all of us are here in training. Yes, we are all in the Emuna Boot Camp. Welcome to Emuna Boot Camp 101. We are all here in Emuna Boot Camp in training, here to discover who we really are. Yesterday I was actually teaching a class, to like a review after one of my programs, to a group of my students, and she asked a beautiful, beautiful question. In fact, she intrigued me to teach a class, God willing. I still have to pinpoint the topic, but like a Q&A. What did we say it was going to be? Q&A. Seeking out the truth. It was something like about pondering the truth or questioning the truth. That's what I think it was. Questions on truth. So she was asking something. She's on her own road and her own journey towards finding her own spiritual equilibrium and space. So she asked me a question, a beautiful question. I really think we should have an open discussion forum. I'm really considering this, but Ezrat Hashem, after Pesach, you can also tell me if you're interested. If you want, let me know if I'm the right track of a need that needs to be fulfilled. But so she asked the question. She said, on one hand, God puts us in a position where we're told we're co-creators, right? And we have this massive, awesome responsibility to do and to be. On the other hand, we're told, like, be little, you're nothing, God decides everything, it's all set out for you. Where is that balance? How do I know how much I need to remain active? How much I need to beseech? How much I need to accept? So I said to her, listen, this is not the right forum, which is one of the reasons why I felt like this would be, it needs its own space. It needs its own class. But I said to her, the key is, and I'll say here just a couple of words. The key is to understand that what really, when God says we're co-creators, when Hashem puts us in a position where he says, become godly, reveal your godliness, know your godliness, and your job is to discover that godliness, break open the shackles of feeling the mundane, limited self. Go to depths, go to heights, go to depths, reach within, recognize that there's so much more about you. That's where godliness is. Godliness means that I hold within me infinite potential. Now, I don't know what that potential is. I don't know. People will say to me sometimes, well, you're doing what you're supposed to be doing. I don't know. I really don't. Do I know if God put me in the universe to do the daily dose of Emuna and or Emuna energy and teach energy medicine and help people with energy? I mean, is that part of it? Yeah. Bezrat Hashem, we all hope. But a person can live 120 years and not know if they've touched their real purpose. They don't know. That requires a tremendous amount of inner reflection, a lot of humility, a lot of letting go of ego, a lot of prayer, a lot of quenching, salivating, yearning to know the truth, that Hashem should show me the way, to guide me to the place of truth. That requires a lot of nimichut koma, like to really lower ourselves. Heart remains high, head sort of, eyes go down, and we recognize, Hashem, open me up, show me. I want to be your servant. I want to do what you want. Lead me. I want to do your ratzon. It's not about me. My life is not about me. It's about making you're the boss. I'm here to serve you. You're not here to serve me. So it's that hachna, it's your world, Hashem. It's not mine. You're not going according to my agenda. So I said to her, Hashem gave us free will. One of the ways to understand free will is we have a box. We're in this box. This box is big. It has depth. It has height. It has width. There's a lot to move in this box, but there's still a box. Where I move in this box is my free will. It's here. It's here. I don't know where that ceiling is, and I don't know where the floor is, and I don't know where the outermost east or west. I don't know where the center is even. My job is to try to find myself and to beseech as much, to elevate and to become as great as I can be. I don't know what that is. I don't know what that is. I just have to keep asking, humbling, putting my head down and recognizing. And that is true healing. All of that remains to be so that I'm opening myself up for the godly energy, for the divine healing force that's innate. When I do energy work, it's not about creating. People ask me, oh, you're a healer. I'm not a healer. I can help a person be in touch with the self-healing, innate, God-given energies that Hashem gives to every single one of us. The Rambam speaks about it. The koach hiyuli, the energy force is there. It was there planted before God, so to speak, created the universe. He put in energy. And it's from this energy that the entire universe and everything was created. And so it's about tapping into that energy. What is energy? It's an innate potential force to be able to be molded and utilized for the purpose of bringing about something that wasn't known before. It was there, but it wasn't known to you before. So you are in the process where you feel like you created something new. It was always there. It was there in potential. And we all have this. That's why most of us walk around frustrated, because we have this infinite wellspring of potential, of things that we can and should be doing, and we're not attached to it. So again, we're in the business of blaming. We blame this one and we blame that one. And we say it was my childhood, and it's my mother, my father, my sister, my aunt, my uncle, my spouse. It's everyone's fault. but where is the assumption of responsibility, the accountability within self? So let's just bring it down to something very real and very practical. Like I said before, we're here in training. Illness originates from two core places. Number one, there's an unresolved break in self. Usually it's one major issue. A lot of times that seems to trickle on when I, when I do private work, or when I'm, teach this, because I teach how to do this energy work on self. Every quarter, I train a group of people, and people are doing this work on themselves to be able to go and explore and have those aha moments. Again, very safe, very grounded, all approved by Rav Wozner. This is healing. This is to go into the depth and not lose my groundedness. I don't have to travel to anywhere. It's very grounded. I scratch my nose, I eat chocolate cake, I have my coffee while I'm doing my energy work. It's a very grounded, because I said it's very near. It's a matter of humbling and opening up to wanting to know the truth. So I have to, number one, if we want to safeguard ourselves, and God willing, we all do. We all want to safeguard ourselves from illness. We need to understand that at the origin of illness is that emptiness, which we said halal, due to an unresolved, there's a void. There's something I can't come to peace with. There's something I can't be in shalom with. I'm not in unity with places of self, because there are parts of me that broke away because I was in survival mode, and I may still be in survival mode because of those experiences and those people involved in that experience. And all my life I just keep getting triggered, by the way, by the same experience over and over and over again. This is something we see very clearly in the programs, Be'ezrat Hashem, that I teach, that there's a pattern. There's a pattern to your life. You could see it. You can recognize family, ancestors, grandmothers, great aunts, uncles, cousins, great grandparents. We're all intertwined with what they left behind for us to finish. And we're here to finish it. It's like I said, your life is not about you. It's not about me. I'm not doing something that is connected directly to me. I am a byproduct of something, a lot of things, 5,781 things that were not finished in the past. So once I understand, number one, that there are unresolved breaks in self, there are unresolved traumas and fears that are within myself, that's number one. I need to come to terms with them. That's how I'm safeguarding illness. And that's the way I also help people in terms of their healing process, even when they're, God forbid, already ill. And then the second part is to go into that organ, that place that, let's say, displays a physical pain, discomfort, break, whatever it may be, okay? And to bring back and open up, give permission for the innate healing energy to send the message to that part of the body on a cellular level. It's okay. We're out of trauma. Survival mode has ended. And now to just let that whole process naturally. There is no healer. The only healer is Hashem. Hashem, we naturally gravitate to homeostasis. Our bodies naturally look to resonate and be in harmony with the frequency of our environment. Our membranes, the membranes on the cells, naturally want to pick up those signals that harmonize the frequency of calmness, of acceptance, of love, of gratitude. That's like the natural state that we're all in. But we need to take responsibility. We need to explore. We need to be patient in the process. And we need to know that Hashem loves us and wants this process to unravel. Be'ezrat Hashem. A big part of the healing process is empathy. And this is where we talk about unity. Empathy means not identity. We mistaken. We think that empathy means I have to identify with the other person. Don't have to identify with them. Empathy means that I am sympathetic. That's the closest word that we can get to empathy. It means that I am sympathetic, I am understanding towards the circumstances that may have led this person to have been acted and become who they are right now. And we can't do any forgiveness. We can't bring any peace unless we first preface a stage of empathy and sympathy. But why is it important not to identify? Because when you identify, you lose the sense of self. So we need to still stay in myself as I'm sort of allowing part of my consciousness to really sort of be in their mists, and to recognize a little bit more, to be a little bit more expansive, to come out of my place of pain, and to sort of sympathize and recognize and accept the fact that they are they. And who knows, maybe if I would have gone through the same circumstances of their life, maybe I also would have been acting the same, or God forbid, sometimes even worse. So it's in these places that we have these halal, we have these empty places in self that Hashem wants for us to invite him in. Hashem Dafka wants us to find, to create a home within self in those places of emptiness, because it's those places that are empty that we have a choice. What am I going to fill it up with? And it's Dafka in those places that Hashem wants us to make a dira b'tachtonim and create a home and an abad and a place for Hashem to reside, to dwell in those places of emptiness. And that is true healing. That is true healing. So let's just make one more reference, because I know my time is up. There's a reason why Pesach comes at the time of Aviv and spring. It's interesting, we had some discussions on one of the private chats, again, of practitioners who are also trained in doing the energy, or Emuna energy, therapy and medicine. And one of the things we were talking about there were seasonal allergies, right? There are a lot of people sneezing and coughing and wheezing and so on and so forth. I have some of them here in my home. And there's a reason why Pesach comes at this time. And the Chazal, the Torah sages, were they're so precise, and they really emphasize the idea that Pesach obviously needs to happen in Chodesh Nisan, the month of Nisan, in the season of spring, where all blooming happens. We know that in winter, it's all there. Everything that we see, so to speak, that comes out in Aviv and in spring and in Pesach while we're doing the cleaning, it was all there. Energy was there. Potential was there underneath the surface. And it's only, so to speak, in Aviv and in spring that all that lie dormant underneath, right? Pesach teaches us that all that was underneath, Hashem was planning under the surface, so to speak, all of that is now, look at the fruits of your labor. Look at all of that. You thought nothing was happening underneath the ground, but look at all this that's coming about. So what is, for instance, one of the things we get to understand a little bit more in terms of mind, body, is, so then why do people have all these allergies? What's this whole idea? So what is an allergy? At the core, on an energy level, what is allergy? An allergy means that I'm seeing it as it being an enemy. Gluten, dust, pollen, milk, anything that I have an allergy towards, my body sees it as you're the enemy. So natural response, like there's a virus, antibodies, whoop, begin to rise. Let's fight it. Come on, guys, send in the troops. It's time to fight this. But when it comes to seasonal allergies, right, there's a lot of depth in terms of why people are gluten, have problems with celiac and gluten and milk, lactose and all that. There's a whole depth, in terms of being able to heal in that place. There can be healing, brought into, sometimes you can't because it's ancestral and there are things that are so deep, but in general, it's good to explore it. So one of the things that happens to most people, I've noticed it, and I'd be interested to hear if you all could look into this yourself, but most people who have seasonal allergies are people who are not necessarily in immediate conscious contact with growth. There's something, they're fighting the whole process internally about growth. There's a part of them that is not fulfilling their potential and it's bothering them. And in fact there's a part of them that doesn't want to grow. There's a part of them that rebels against growth, that's afraid of growth. This is an unresolved area in their life. Maybe growth in a past lifetime or by an ancestor that they're connected to, right? Maybe that person or that memory, that unresolved memory, growing meant something of a consequence in the past. Now, not, it's not a danger, but maybe in the past it did somehow cause some havoc. It had a consequence to it. I don't know. Something was unresolved, right? So in my psyche, automatic survival brain mode teaches me blooming, growth, danger, not going there. Not going there. That's for someone else. So again, why am I saying this? We have to understand that at the heart of all illness and at the heart of all healing is a dissonance. It's an out of balance that I have with something in me that's unresolved, painful, and uncomfortable. Taking this to the forefront of the elections, let's all internalize today that no matter who wins this election, any elections, any debates, the Torah has no problems with debates. The Gemara is filled with debates. You go into a kollel and you think you've walked into a courtroom. Everyone's debating. Everyone has an argument. This one says this and this one says that and that one says this and who says what and what says who. And if you walk in as an alien from planet Mars, you're like, this is a place of shalom? This is a place of unity? We have to not be afraid to agree to disagree. There are certain people in my life that I may not be able to be in contact with. That's not the key to Ahavat Chinam. I don't have to be best friends and best buds and rub elbows with everyone. I don't have to hug everyone. And by the way, I want to give a prescription to everyone. Please make sure, I didn't have time to talk about this, but if you really want to create healing energy in your body, 3 hugs a day. Seek out 3 people a day to hug. One of them could be you. You ever try to hug yourself before? It's beautiful. Feel Hashem's embrace through your hands. 3 hugs a day. You have no idea how many neurons it excites in your body and how many healing hormones it produces in your body. Don't just go like this. Hug your spouse, your children, yourself, everyone, your friends. I mean, I know social distancing, but hopefully we're coming out of that a little bit more. But certainly your immediate family, right? Very, very important for healing. So I'm going to just say this. Hashem wants for us that we shouldn't be afraid to debate. The key is to maintain integrity, honor, and respect, and seek out the truth. I could still be in my opinion. You could still be in your opinion. You might think that this party is the best for this country, and the other one might feel something else. At the end of the day, Hashem decides. I could still argue with you. But it's not about ego. It's not about me proving right or wrong. It's about coming to a truth. And it's about let me just end with this and say, the most beautiful peace comes when I agree to disagree. when I could stay in mine and you could stay in yours, and I still love you. Because I recognize that at the pnimius, at the insides, we're all one and we're all expressions. Hashem is the conductor. You play the flute, I play the piano, the other one's on the drums, and we're all playing a gorgeous tune together. Everyone at their own cue. Hashem is running the world. Hashem knows what he's doing. All roads are leading us to Yerushalayim. We're coming back home. We are all coming back home. The key is to maintain integrity and respect and honor while you're in disagreement with the other person. And Be'ezrat Hashem, so much more to be said. I invite everyone to check out oramunaenergy.com, dailydoseofamuna.com, sign up to Or Talks, to the WhatsApp podcast, Or Talks, and stay in touch, be in touch. And we should all have and enjoy a Chag Pesach Kasher v'Sameach, filled with a lot of simcha, a lot of happiness, a lot of healing, and a lot of freedom. Most of all, freeing ourselves from me, freeing those parts within self that aren't serving us well, and asking Hashem at the Seder, make Seder in my chaotic space. Give me a roadmap, Hashem. Ask Hashem during the Seder, give me a roadmap. Here's an empty paper. Create a roadmap for me so that I, in this place of feeling chaos, of splits all around me, create the map to you. Be'ezrat Hashem, bekarov, berachamim, bet hamikdash, bnuya, berachamim gdolim, vegdluyim, and all in Achdut, all with love, all with unity. Be'ezrat Hashem, thank you all. Thank you so much for arranging for this gorgeous.
I think that was beautiful. Oh my God, I gained so much from that. Thank you so much. It was really beautiful.
Thank you.
You should just have so much light in your home. Continue radiating it to Am Yisrael. We're so grateful to have you.
Amen.